Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 153 of Photo Critiques. And in this episode, I'm pleased to critique the work of Gary Pugh. Gary sent me in some really nice shots, and this first one's a very nice composition. We just got the toes out just a little bit. If you could make sure whenever you're photographing wildlife, if you're not coming in for a close-up of their head, try to get all their body in the shot. And we're just barely cut off down here. I know it's close, but a lot of times, let's say you sell this to a magazine publisher and he can't fit the whole image and he has to crop it. You know, he would like a little room so he could, make sure he gets it in there. Prints, of course, unless you have some custom photo paper that's going to fit this entire image without borders, you're going to have borders on your shot and have it smaller on the paper, like 11 by 14. You'd really be putting like an 8 by 10 down on it so you could get the entire image printed. That's that. The other thing is it's blown out right here, and these are tough birds to photograph. You can see if I hover over this triangle on the histogram, you see how it turns red? That means that it's clipped white. It's absolute white there, and that means there's no detail in the whites, and we tend to not want to do that. We want to back it down a little bit more. It's been my finding that we could have a little bit of the black clipped, but we really usually never want any of the white clipped. So we come over here to the blacks, and you can see everything that turns blue over there. That means that that's clipped black, but that's okay. A picture black gives the picture some depth. It gives it like like it's not just two-dimensional. It makes it look a little more three-dimensional if you have a little bit clipped black, but clipped white we usually don't want. So try to avoid that. And one thing I'm going to make a big, just a point now, this has nothing to do with Gary. I get a lot of emails from Lightroom users that they say, I got blue all over my picture and I can't get rid of it. Well, that means you probably inadvertently clicked on that arrow right there and you got the blue there. So all you have to do if you have this problem is just go open up the histogram when you're in the develop module. Make sure you're in the develop module. Go to the right panel, open up the histogram, and click on that, and it will go away. Now, conversely, if you get red always in the shot, go over to while you're in the develop module, go to the right panel, histogram, and click on that, and that will get rid of the red. There. Now I said it in this video, so when I get an email every 2 days, somebody with this problem, I'm going to point them to this video because it's a lot easier than me typing it out each time. So the composition itself is nice. Just give a little more room around the bird and watch out for those clipping highlights. You want to try to avoid that. This is a much better shot. You got the entire bird in. The light is a little flat. It must have went behind a cloud during this shot, but it's nice. It's a real nice shot. You did great on the focus. I always mention, you guys are probably getting tired of me hearing it that listen to these critiques all the time, is whenever you're focusing on a person with eyes, a person with eyes. I had a long day, so apologize. If you're focusing on a person, or you're focused on an animal, or even an insect, you always focus on their eyes. So, and as you can see, Gary did a great job. That is just perfectly in focus. Really well done, Gary. This is a really nice shot. I like this one too. You have the boat is, just like perfectly exposed for the white boat. We have a lot of darkness around it. You did a real nice job. We have some cool reflections here. The only slight thing I could suggest, I think a vignette would help this shot. Go to the effects in Lightroom and just put a slight vignette down. I think it would just help draw the user's attention towards the boat. There's the before, and you can see how these corners are very bright, very bright. But if we put the vignette on, it darkens those corners just enough where it brings the viewer's attention back where you want it, towards the boat. So there's a before, there's after. This is a nice shot, backlit sunflower. It's tough, these backlights, especially a big solid thing like this. It's just really dark, so it gets really dark. It's another one, it's kind of busy. We have the leaves down here. We have some stuff going on back here. So it's a tough scene to photograph. We got some bees working the sunflower here. So, work the scene, try to get different angles, which you did. Here we got a close-up of the bee, but again, the sun isn't helping us here. The sun is kind of harsh. So probably midday, and we have some harsh light. And the light is the most important thing. I mention all the times in these videos. You know, you could have the best composition in the world, you could have the best subject in the world, but if you have bad light, the shot isn't going to be very good. So, you know, you got to work the scene when the light is good. So maybe you could come back here at a different time and get the morning light, or if it's very lightly overcast, you could get, you know, some filtered light. Yeah, something like that. Also, I have a it's a translucent, like pop apart. I forgot what they called it, but what the brand name is. But anyways, you unfold this, and it's almost like a real thin bed sheet, but it's got a frame around it, and you know, it's used to just hold up in front of the subject to filter the light. So it's like you're throwing shade on it, and it's just a diffuser. That's all. But I wish I could remember the brand name. I'll put it in the description of this video. And it has a handle on it. You hold it, and you could hold it with your left hand, let's say, and hold your camera with your right hand, and you could actually take the shot all by yourself. If you have someone with you, it's even easier. Then you have them hold it, and it will just filter the light so you don't get the real harsh light. There's that bridge we saw earlier. Unfortunately, this light stanchion is coming up into it. Now this is the subject, is this bridge, and you did a real nice job. I like the diagonal receding line going through the shot. Really nice. I like the processing. It looks really cool. It's just this light stanchion is ruining it because it's interfering with the subject. So not much you could do there. I mean, you can't go down here and saw this thing off and then take the picture. Well, you could, but I'm not sure you'll like spend the night at home. If you did that, you might spend the night in jail. So but it's nice processing. I like the idea you were going for. There's a super cute shot. There's a very strong backlit shot, so it's a difficult shot to really kind of pull off without blowing everything out back here. He did a nice job. The only thing I could suggest, his face is a little dark. So you could take a brush, and we'll turn exposure up. Now that's really high now, so it's going to look ridiculous. And I'm not really adjusting the feathering or anything now. I'm just doing it real quick. But we'll do it real quick so I could give you an idea what I'm talking about. And this is strictly to give you an idea. Now we're going to turn it down because that's just really bright, obnoxiously bright. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, there's before and there's after. There's before, there's after. See, just brighten up his face just a little bit, and you know, of course, be much more careful so you don't spill out, you know, into his hood here, and you know, keep it so it's just mainly on his face. Then on top of that one, you might want to get another brush, you know, do a new brush, and you could brighten his eyes even more on top of this. And like something real quick like this. Bear with me. I can't paint, or I can't do adjustments and talk at the same time. You guys know that by now. Okay, there's what I just did. There's the before, there's the after, there's before, there's the after. See, what it'd take me like a minute. Now if you took your time and did a real good job and took 5 minutes, you'd really get it perfect, I think. So you get the idea. Just brighten up his face a little bit and brighten up his eyes a little bit. It just adds the liveliness to the shot. It's a very, very cute shot though. I think that's the last one. Yep, that's it. Gary, thank you very much for sharing your work with us. I really do appreciate it. And thank you everyone who watches all these videos and listens to me ramble and bumble and stumble. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. You guys have time, go over to my website, anthonymorganti.com. I have all kinds of photography stuff over there, articles and videos. And I'd really appreciate it if you went to YouTube and you subscribed to my YouTube channel. And that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon.